to civil servants to share, you know. But if you give sovereign guarantee and sovereign notes of the country to support investment, what you're doing is you are providing insurance for people who have already put their money and skin in the game. You are not actually putting money, but you are putting insurance behind those who already have a discipline of how to create wealth and investment. And that's what we're going to be doing. So that way you are not going to be increasing the debt stock without expanding the GDP. When you give your sovereign note, the person brings money. So whatever money that is brought in or equipment that is brought in, there is nothing that scares investors as much as instability, you know, in the tenor of agreement or in the contract. One of the engine that drives capitalism is the sanctity of agreement. The fact that, especially in infrastructure, you can't do infrastructure business without knowing what's the regime that will govern your tariff and revenue will be for about 20 years. Because this is not a tomato business. This is $100 million business, $50 million business, an infrastructure that could last like 40 years. So there must be some kind of stability, and it's an agreement regime that governs this. Now, what the APC has done since when they came is somebody will just wake up and make a statement, we will cancel this agreement, we will not renew agreement. Nobody's going to put money in such an economy. So there must be sanctity of agreement. And what we will assure investors, both domestic and foreign investor, is that in our government, agreements will be respected. Yes, so that's very fundamental in creating an environment that will attract investment.
Yes, one appreciates your grasp of the issues, but do you have the structure to win this election in 2019, in 2 months' time?
First, let me commend you.
In less than 2 months?
In less than 2 months.
Let me commend you for saying I appreciate, you appreciate that we are on top of the issues. I take that as a compliment, and I don't take it for granted. Thank you for that. Now, on issues of structure, number one, the PT is the biggest party right now. Of all the 28 newly registered political parties.
Okay.
In the last INEC exercise, where nominations were made for candidates, we had the biggest nomination amongst the newly registered political party. Whereas the ANN had 21 nominations, YPP had about 70, SCPN, which has in fact existed for a while, had about 51 nominations. The PT had about 194 nominations. And this is indicative of spread. The other point is that if you look at social media engagement in terms of the most discussed presidential candidate, and you can check it online, even today, Facebook and what have you, we have more engagement than President Buhari and Alhaji Atiku right now, today.
Wow.
And it's been like that for like 3-4 weeks. So these are verifiable data. The truth of the matter, though, is this, that this election is not going to be about political parties, particularly the presidential election. The presidential election is going to be about candidates. You know, you need some structure, and that's what PT has been able. And we need to also thank God for the fact that within a short time, we've been able to get that level of momentum, and that tells you our organizational skill. The PT may be new, but I'm not new in politics.